In this video, we are going to raise the beds in our vegetable garden. We are going to lay gravel on the new road to the barn. We have another lamb on the farm, but this time we got a surprise. We are going to restore one of our fields so that we can use it to make hay this summer. We also make a gate from leftover materials, and we are going to change out the crumbling muffler on our car. This video is sponsored by Squarespace, a web page builder that is so easy to use that anyone can make a professional looking web page. For those that are new here, my name is Eirik. Me and my wife Marianne bought this old farm on the west coast of Norway some years ago. The buildings were crumbling, the fields were marshy and tended to flood, and the once magnificent stone and wood barn had collapsed. We are going to restore this farm back to its original condition as a working sheep farm. You are watching Norwegian Farm Life. It's a beautiful spring morning on our farm. The calendar is showing mid-April and the birds are singing in the trees. Marianne have asked me to help her raise the remaining beds in the vegetable garden, as time is slipping by too fast and she have loads of vegetables that should have been planted. So let's get on with it. If you're wondering why we build this up, this is the reason. The low beds allow the grass to creep over the edge and they get more difficult to hold. We have ordered 2 truckloads of road gravel that are going on a new barn road. This will help to compact the road. Hopefully it can take the load of a semi-truck so that we will be able to get a crane over to the building site. It will also make it more car friendly. One of the sheep have left the flock, and we think that she have a lamb in there, so we need to pay attention to her. Thanks to this video sponsor, Squarespace, we are finally going to get a new web page up and running. In our last video, we showed you how easy it is to customize your page and how to find pictures from the stock image library. Today, I'm going to show you how easy it is to set up your page by following along with the setup guide. Most of us are not web page designers, but with Squarespace you don't need to be. The setup guide is a smart checklist that shows you how to customize each page to make them your own. I want to add a logo on this page, and now, thanks to the setup guide, I know how. We just need to drag and drop the picture, and there we go. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you are ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Norwegian Farm Life to save 10% of your first purchase of a web page or domain using our code Norwegian Farm Life. It's evening and still no lamb, so we will need to go back out and check on her later. It's early morning, but it has been anything but calm. We ended up taking the sheep in yesterday as the other sheep didn't leave her alone. This morning it happened. A little lamb was born. This one also a female. Now we have 2 lambs on the farm. And then it happened again. There were 2 lambs in there. This one also a female. For us that are growing our flock, this is good news. It means that we have doubled the number of sheep. The first one has nursed and bonded with the mother. We will come back later to see if the last lamb is also nursing. The last lamb have still not been drinking. Lambs lose their strength fast if they don't get colostrum, so we have decided to intervene. Colostrum is the first milk they get and it's full of nutrition and antibodies. It's basically liquid immune system and vital for the lambs. In the end, I had to hold her so she didn't move. It is an original drinking position, but if it works, it works. Last year we made hay in this field, but the yield was low and the quality of the grass was nothing to brag about either. With all the new lambs, we need to make more winter feed. There is not much room for grass here as the moss is like a thick blanket, so we need to remove it. Last year we fixed up this moss harrow before we used it in our main field, but one of the walls didn't hold, so we need to fix it again before we have another go with it. I got a comment from one of you that I need to secure the gas tank, as the high pressure could launch the gas regulator at high speeds if I broke it off. I do read all the comments and I have knocked this tank down several times, so I've decided to take your advice. Spare screws, Or did I miss something? I feel like the harrow is not ripping up as much moss as I was hoping, so I will try to add some weight on it. The bucket and the harrow was not happy about this, so I lifted it again. Raking this field for moss is going to take all day. I suddenly remembered that I don't need to rake by hand anymore. It's not the first time I've forgotten about the rope for the bucket release. There's still a lot of moss left, so we will take the harrow for another round. I think this harrow is about 100 years old and it was originally meant to be drawn by a horse. It's better than nothing, but if any of you have something bigger lying around that you don't need and want to sell, let me know. I think we are getting there. Looks like there weren't much grass here to begin with. I cannot leave this behind. If any of you know where to get new teeth for this, then let me know. The soil in this field is really sour, so we need to treat it so that the grass will thrive. I'm using shell sand as it's rich in lime and it will slowly release that lime into the soil. We will also need to sow some grass seeds, or the moss will just return. This is a graze mix of plants that the sheep like. To plant the seeds and to prevent the birds from eating them, I will take a final round with a harrow to get them into the ground. Last, we need to put up a fence so that the sheep won't eat all the new grass before we have a chance to harvest it. The ram is outside the fence and it's not difficult to see where he got out. The temporary fence we used while building the road was not energized and now he has found out. Either I will need to energize it or find another solution. Well, I could make a gate. Since we are using scraps and leftovers from the barn, I am making this up as I go. It looks like we need to hurry up. This pole is not strong enough to support the gate, so it needs some reinforcement. I'm going to need some help for this next part, so I will need to wait until Marianne is free. In the meantime, I have another task. Normally, we would have let the sheep and the lamb back out once we saw that they had bonded and that the lamb was nursing. But since these sheep have twins, we want to keep them in for a little bit longer so that the lambs are strong and fit before we let them out. The problem is that we are out of hay, so we need to improvise. I need to make a bracket so that the pole won't take all the weight from the gate. This will prevent the sheep from pushing the gate outwards. The ram is out again, as he has found another way. This is a typical spring problem, especially amongst the younger animals. The grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. Today we are going to let the new family out.
Ja, så nysgjerrig på hvorfor vannet kom ut, og hvordan. Det var det så nysgjerrig på.
It seems like the ram has done his thing on this gate. I'm trying to see where he got out. There are many potential weak spots. It seems like we found it. This problem normally disappears later in the year when the grass is growing faster than they can eat it. One day when we were out driving, this came rolling off the car. I've ordered a replacement muffler, but to be honest, I hate working on cars, so it's been sitting for some time now. The car also have more than one muffler, and to be honest, I cannot really hear the difference, but we will need to fix this anyways. This is the leftover from the old muffler. It's completely rotten. taking off the exhaust pipe also, so that I can remove the muffler leftovers from it. This pipe is not as bad as it looks. There's still a lot of metal left, so I'm leaving it. The exhaust pipe is actually looking really good, almost no rust at all. Okay, scratch that last comment. I won't win any awards for this weld, but at least it's much stronger now. After battling with this for far too long and having much gravel rain down in my eyes, I came to the conclusion that this does not fit. It seems like the pipe got bent in the mail. Now it fits perfectly. And we are done. If you want real-time updates, remember to follow us on Instagram. And if you have not already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our new videos. Thank you all for watching, and we'll be seeing you on our next video. Bye for now.